All right. Welcome back. Heather Charles 2024, day 3. I have a special guest with me by the name of Beth Kohl with the Survivor Rowers Network. So happy to have
Great
you.
to be here, Napoleon. Thanks
Thank
so
you
much.
so
Thanks for
much.
having us. Yeah.
Yes, you're welcome. So tell us a little bit about Survivor Rowers Network.
We are an international organization of cancer survivor rowing programs and
Yes.
individuals who have found rowing for recovery, rehabilitation, found peace, joy, built their confidence, and found a community. So
Absolutely.
we have 27 programs around the world right
All
now.
right.
We have 6 more programs who are ready to start. We have about 50 individuals who are not aligned with a survivor rowing program who are also part of our community.
Wonderful. I ran into the group from France yesterday.
Ah,
Took a picture with them, and they remembered me from last year. So I was
yes.
talking to them about my trip in Paris and allez les bleus, and
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
so happy. So we took a photo, and it's so wonderful to see how rowing has become such a part of recovery for those dealing with cancer. I have my shirt on today
Yeah, I know,
with my
Napoleon.
ribbons.
Oh, it's
Yes.
amazing. Yeah. You know, a lot of, well, I would say most of our rowers, survivor rowers, did not row before their diagnosis. And they were introduced to survivor rowing through their oncologist or through their hospital or through word of mouth, through media, by hearing about it. And exercise is one of the greatest deterrents to recurrence.
Yes. I
And
love it.
many of them, hard to say, many of them were told when you finish your treatment is to keep active.
Yes.
And also many of them went through depression. You know, it's hard. It's hard. You know, I
Oh,
know.
yes.
It's
Yes.
hard to go through the treatment. And so I think finding a sport sometimes later in life that you can learn easily.
Yes.
You can learn, you can erg, and you can get in a boat pretty easily.
you can.
Hard to become good, but really you can start. And so I think many found that, and then they found the community of survivors.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it wasn't just the exercise, it was the community. So I think we all know that rowing is amazing for both physical and mental
Yes.
strength. So all those things together really make it a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for cancer survivors as they move forward.
Yeah, I love rowing because you get those endorphins, the feel good
You
hormones,
do.
and it really does help. You were speaking about depression. You'll have those days where it's just not right,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
hard.
and you're trying to figure it out. And I know even now, when I have those rough days, I can get on the erg or go out in a boat, even just by myself or even with a teammate, depending on what boat class it is, whether it be a pair or a double,
Right.
and just having someone there. You may not speak a word, but you
Exactly.
feel better when you get out.
Exactly. And so for yesterday, we had 99 cancer survivors. We had 11 eights come down the river at
What?
3:20. It was crazy.
Go
It was
ahead. That's
amazing. They were all
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yes.
They were beautiful. They were confident. They had the best time. I've been talking to them yesterday and today after their race. I have many wonderful videos of they
Yes.
never in a million years thought they would do this.
I saw some of them with the pink medals on
They
yesterday.
do. They all received
Yes.
a medal.
I wanted one. I was like, shoot, I should have rode on the boat. I
Okay.
want one.
Next year.
Yes, I would
Yes,
love to be
yes,
a part of that.
yeah.
I definitely
And
want to be in it.
and it's we're growing. It's and we have a lot of women and we have more men who are getting involved, and we welcome everyone. I mean, we are here to say if you have a diagnosis or if you have been through treatment and you're looking for something, reach out to us because
Yes,
we'll help you get you in touch.
I'm glad you said that. A lot of times, some men feel like it's only if for women if you had to have breast cancer only.
Right.
And it's not that. And that's why I was showing someone I have the shirt on today. I was saying all of these
Right.
ribbons represent the different types of cancers that people can survive
Exactly.
and have survived.
Exactly.
And so there's a place for you. And let's talk about San Diego in 25.
Let's
the
talk
event that's
about
kind
that.
of
Yes.
coming up.
We
which
met with
I'm
Bobby
so excited.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So we were we were here last year with 2 boats, 12 people. And we were in the Grand Masters, and that was amazing. But many people were they were daunted by competing against some of the best masters in the world, right?
Yeah.
So we thought of the idea of a survivor row. which would bring survivors together. And we have had a few great events this year, culminating in this one. We'll be at Head of the School Code next week.
Okay.
We were at Dad Vale. We had 20 survivors, and it was great. We put collaborative boats together. And so we've already been looking toward 2025. We work with Bobby and the San Diego Crew Classic to host an event in October called Rowing Cares San Diego, which raises funds for community cancer organizations and some of the survivor programs in San Diego.
Yes.
And so I asked her, I said, what would you think about a survivor row at the Crew Classic? And Bobby being Bobby, she said yes. So we are planning a survivor row next year on Saturday afternoon, and we'll be there with the Freedom Rows group, and we're really excited to
I'll
do
be
that.
in that boat.
You'll be in that boat.
Yes, I am. I was so happy to
I
sign
think you
up
might
for
have been
it.
the first person to sign up for that.
So ready.
Awesome. That will be great.
And I
Yeah.
think Allie is also joining us.
Okay. Yes, that's
And-
right. Right
yeah,
from your
and
club.
She's
Yeah.
a cancer survivor as well.
Exactly. So, and really all day today, it's people are meeting each other, right? So we've been on Zoom calls
Yes.
every month or so, and people have seen their faces. But to be together and to meet and to share stories, and we've already planned a trip to Rome. Rosa Remo, our team, has
wow.
you might want to go to that one too. So wants to host an event there. And we know already, like the Boston crew and the Hanover crew have already gotten together. So more teams are traveling, for a weekend or something to get together and host a little regatta.
So you have different branches or different chapters almost.
We have 27.
Wow.
27.
And so, what are some of the cities where you're located? So, let's say if someone's watching and they want to become connected,
Sure.
how could they connect with you or with a chapter that's in their area?
Exactly. Well, the best way is to go to our website, survivorrowingnetwork.org.
Okay.
And there's a place to go and ask, for more information, or there's emails to reach out to us. We also have a list of participating programs on our website, so you can go onto that link, and that will take you to a drop down. You'll see the maps for U.S., Europe, and New Zealand.
Wow.
And it will give you contacts of who to reach out to. But you can just also reach out to us in general. But yeah.
I have a question. What if, let's say, someone lives in a more rural area,
Yeah.
and they happen to have a rowing club there? Would they have the ability to connect with you and start a chapter there?
Absolutely. We do that. We do that often. We just launched one in New Orleans.
Okay.
We just launched Who Dat Rowing. There you go. Who Dat Rowing. And they already have 16 survivors. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
So but we have a toolkit. We have a group of volunteers who work with individuals to help them get set up. And we just did it in San Diego. Worked with Community Rowing San Diego. They have a Freedom Rows program, and they have an adaptive program. They do a lot with the community. So now they've welcomed cancer survivors. We have Tracy Iser, who's an Olympian, is our coach. So we have a team of people who will help. And one thing that we're looking at next year is really how to engage with more of the individuals. So it's true, like we could work with you in Austin. Could we get a program going? But what if you live somewhere and there's no rowing?
That's right.
And there's no program? So we're going to work on a program. We're hopefully going to collaborate with Concept 2 for next year.
That's one of my, I'm actually connected with them as an ambassador.
There you
That's why I'm
go,
wearing their shirt.
Well, we might be able to use your help with that. And so that people can get on an erg, and maybe we could partner with a Y or a CrossFit or something where we can encourage people to learn to erg and still build that community. We might start doing calls, Zoom workouts. We're still really investigating that.
Absolutely.
So,
That's a beautiful thing to do, because sometimes you just don't have that availability or that connection because where they're located.
Exactly.
So I want to know, what got you started into rowing?
I found rowing in college.
Okay.
Many, 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 many years ago. I'm tall.
Yeah.
So the president of my college, Smith College in Massachusetts,
Okay.
came up to me, and he was trying to get rowing going. He rowed at Yale College, and he said,
Okay.
I'm working on my college rowing team and building it. So he came up to me, and I'd never rowed. I didn't know anything about rowing. I played basketball, and so I tried it, and like many people, I got really hooked on it. And one of the funny things is that I was in college around the same time as Holly Metcalf, who is the founder of Survivor Rowing. She founded the first weekend row Boston at CRI back 22 years ago. And she and I were in college around the same time, so we laughed that we would have competed against each other. Although,
That's right.
Of course, we did know each other. But so I found rowing in college, and then and I rowed, and then I did have a cancer diagnosis 19 years ago. So I took a little time off from rowing, but then got back into it. And my children rowed in high school and college. My husband rows a master's. So it's just a life. It's phenomenal sport.
Absolutely.
So to be able to put the Survivor and the rowing together, bring those two communities together is important. And I just love it. I love every day. I love every day.
They always say, what better person to represent something than one who has been through it.
Right. Yeah.
So when you have someone who has been through it and they're brand new to it, you can speak to them from the perspective of being a part of the actual organization, but also being in their shoes.
Exactly.
Learning to row, also having survived cancer, the mental aspect of it that you deal with.
Yeah,
outside of just the physical aspect of
it's
it.
true. It's wonderful. Right. Yeah.
And
I
then
love it.
having someone who can say, hey, I know what you're going through, instead of saying, oh, I can just imagine.
That's
It's
it.
not the same.
No, it's not the
you
same.
know?
It's different. Yeah.
And I've always appreciated having someone who knows exactly what I've been through, because then they can speak directly to what I'm feeling, because they've been there as well.
Exactly. So, and we're so blessed by so many volunteers who have stepped up. We've had a tent all week right across the walk from you, and we have had a lot of people come up and say, how can I get involved? Either they are a survivor, they might want to get involved and participate, or they might want to start a program, or they might just want to volunteer. They said, what we can do? I said, we're always looking for help. We're a nonprofit organization. We are an all-volunteer organization. So people can write stories and help us share stories. They can help with social media. We're fundraising aggressively, help us write grants. There are a lot of ways to get involved and help grow the network.
That's right. I love it, because even if they've not experienced cancer themselves, you are impacted by cancer directly or indirectly. You know someone who has had cancer or might be just freshly diagnosed.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's unfortunate, but cancer touches everything.
It does. And we're running this Pick the Boathouse Challenge this month, and we have like Northeastern Women's Crew comes every year and participates and fundraises, because so many of the athletes, student athletes, have been impacted. Their families have been impacted. And so we're hoping to get more involvement with the collegiate community next year through challenges and things. And we had a lot of coaches come to our tent this week to say, what could we do? So I think there's a lot of opportunities. We've come very far in a very short period of time, and now we're like thinking, where do we go next? So how do we do that? We can only really do that through partnerships, and but the whole goal is really to bring more survivors to the sport. That's what we're all about. Yeah.
That's right. That's beautiful. Now, for San Diego, can people still sign up to be able to compete if they are in the San Diego Crew Classic area that time? Would they be able to still reach out to you and be in boats?
What they should do, if people who are interested in it, should reach out to us via the contact form on our website.
Okay.
And for our collaborative boats, those are really for people who are part of our network. Who have signed up. There's no fee or anything, but they're part of our network. And so, so just reach out on the website. We'll add you to our mailing list. You'll be invited to our calls. You'll get to meet some of the other people. And absolutely, we're working with the San Diego teams. That we know there are a lot of survivors there in that market. And we hope that some people will travel to.
I know I'm going.
I know it's a phenomenal event. So I mean, So
tell them about. I had my skull cap here.
Oh, right.
Tell them about the beautiful merchandise. Like, this is just, I love it. And
We have a
the
few
uniforms. I have my pink and blue uni suit already.
Nice.
I
You
can't
got
wait to wear it.
I know. We do. We have a few things at our tent, and we'll have ways for people to order it. We have a beautiful partnership with JL Racing.
Yes.
They design and they are an incredible partner,
Yes,
and
they are.
so so we can do that. And the other thing that a really good point is that we have created. We're working in collaboration with U.S. Rowing
Yes.
to really help grow the sports with survivors. So we collaborated with them on a curriculum for coaching. So if you are starting a survivor rowing program, there is a curriculum on U.S. Rowing for survivor coaching. And because there are definitely things that you would want to know and understand, and people ask us that, is it different to coach a survivor? And in some ways, yes, there are things you need to look at. So, but it's great to work with U.S. Rowing and to collaborate on that. So we're really excited to be able to offer that, because I think that will bring new programs
Yes, we
in.
will. Given that guidance, being people sensitive,
Right.
making sure that you are sensitive to the abilities and limitations of
Exactly.
those who are just coming through this journey,
Exactly.
especially through treatment, because your body changes.
Exactly. And I just would be remiss if I did not say it was an incredible honor to work with the head of the Charles team, particularly Brendan Mulvey. I've been working with him for 8 months on this concept and making it a reality, and they have just welcomed us in so many ways. And we met Tori the other day. She addressed our group, and it's just a really wonderful opportunity to showcase our survivor rowing, and we're just so grateful, grateful. Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it was
That's
great.
beautiful.
It was good.
Well, if they want to obtain I absolutely love this shirt. I have the tights. I have the uni that is like this. I also have the pink and blue uni.
Yeah,
It is so nice.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to wear it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you took the time to
Thanks,
come
thanks
by
for having us. Yeah.
and talk about what this beautiful work that you're
Yeah.
doing, because it's something that I can directly relate to, having been through cancer twice. And I admonish other men to become connected to this, because it's no shame to speak about it.
No,
You know,
not at
I
all.
had male breast cancer, and sometimes you don't have a lot of men who come forward and talk about it, but I'm not embarrassed.
No, no.
I am proud
Right,
to
and
say
look
that I survived and beat it.
Exactly, and look at you. Right,
Yeah.
look at your strength and confidence, and you're a shining beacon to so many people. So
Appreciate that. Same with you.
Thanks.
I always talk about when you come through cancer and you come on the other side, there is a change mentally. You find yourself, you're more tough.
yeah,
Yeah, you're more conscientious of time.
Yes.
You don't waste time with certain things, and you just go, just moving on. And you're more
Exactly.
focused and task oriented, and you want to get it done.
so much gratitude, right?
Absolutely.
So much gratitude.
Glad to be alive.
A lot of our athletes, when they're on the water, they say they get on the water, they look up, they have just gratitude for life,
Yes, indeed.
and they take a breath, and there they go, and then they start their workout. Yeah,
Happy to be alive, feeling the wind in the elements. That's right.
absolutely. Yeah,
Well,
it's good.
thank you again
Thank you,
for taking the time to
Napoleon.
meet with
Thanks,
us.
Annie.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You're
Yeah,
very welcome.
and we'll see you in San Diego.
Yes,
if
you
not
will.
before.
Absolutely. I am coming to San Diego Bells
wait.
and all.
Yeah. Great.
Thank
great.
you so
Okay,
much.
Thanks.